I want to talk about is the oxytocin. It releases the feeling of being secure and safe and relaxed, okay? Men get that through tunnel vision activities. So at work or on the golf course or in the lake fishing, that's all tunnel vision. So you are tunneled, okay? So you're getting some kind of contentment through that and relaxation through that, even though it might be hectic. Well, the only way a woman can get real fulfillment from oxytocin release is by connection with you. Do you find yourself trying to solve your wife's problem when she wants to talk to you about something? I hear a lot of women talk to me about the fact that their husbands aren't listening. They're just trying to solve the problem and then get away from the situation. She doesn't want your solution. She doesn't want the way that you're thinking about it. She wants you to listen. I'm going to give you some tools and some steps to follow in order to deal with when your wife comes to talk to you that you don't solve her problems. I'm Suzette, the Marriage Warrior, and I have been trying to help men in marriages for over 18 years and helping them figure out how to lead their wives, because these wives can slide under like butter if you do this right. You will like the product that you get if you start leading properly. All right, so we're going to talk about the solutions that you're trying to give because she's bringing you a problem. Now, sometimes the wife will ask you, she will say, "Hey, honey, what do you think about this?" Okay, so you're sitting there with a deer in a headlight saying, okay, is she asking me for a solution? I say, ask her that. Say, are you asking me my opinion? Are you wanting a solution here? Just put it out there. And then she'll give you the feedback. Well, I'm looking for your opinion. That means she doesn't want your solution because she's probably thought about this as much as you think about your problems and how to find a solution as well. And when you sit a woman down and you just tell her, well, here's what you need to do, she's going to feel very dismissed and she's going to feel kind of like you're trying to be a father to her. You got to remember, you don't have a child with you, even though y'all think sometimes they act like children. You have a grown adult, which you kind of like that she's a grown adult. It's just when she's bringing you something she wants to talk about, she's wanting some feedback, or she's wanting you to listen to her, or she's wanting you to kind of be on her side, if you will, on what it is. Now, she doesn't want you to fake it, but she wants you to see her perspective in it. And these are easy tools that I'm going to give you today. So when your wife's coming with you and she's chattering, you just want to use the tool, what I hear you saying. That will keep you very safe to not try to find a solution or figure out what's going on. So you got to be attentive. It's called active listening, and you got to sit down in order to do it. And you don't have to literally sit down. You have to sit down in your soul, because you might be on the phone when this happens, and just sit down and rest. Now, sometimes a man is in the middle of doing something at work that cannot be interrupted. His wife calls. He's courteous enough to take the call, and then she starts going. She's chatting. And he's like, oh my God, I've got to finish this meeting. What are you talking about? So you kindly, respectfully, realizing it's not a child, say, honey, and always use a sweet word that you call her. Honey, I'm in the middle of this meeting, but I want to hear what you've got to say. Okay, so you're assuring her and you're not pushing her aside to say work is more priority than her, because she'll get on that kick, and just say, I'm in the middle of a meeting. I want to hear what you're saying. Can I call you back in 30? Okay. Now you'll know if it's an emergent situation, etc. But if that's the situation, then you want to be able to assure her of that. And then make sure you don't forget to call her back, and then be ready to sit down in your soul to really listen. Okay. Now she might be talking about, something that's so irrelevant to what the life is about, and you're trying to think of where are we going with this, and why is she even calling me in the middle of the day about this. You need to be glad she's calling you, first of all, because if she's calling you in the middle of the day, she's connected to you. And if you're not careful with that, you can actually destroy that freedom she's having to call you in the middle of the day. And then before you know it, you get home and she's mad and you don't even know what shifted her mood. Well, so be careful with that. Or some men say, my wife never calls me. Some guys like that. If you need a woman to give you the space during the day, Tell her that. Say, I want to talk to you during the day. Just assure her that you have a desire for that. But my day is so packed, and I feel like if I'm intruded upon during the day, you're going to feel that I don't really care about what you're talking about. So what I would like to do, here's your leadership, I would like to do is set aside some time at night. Let's get the kids to bed, help her to get the routine done, the dishes washed, the kids to bed, the homework done, all that stuff. And say, what I would like to do is get them to bed tonight so that we can have some quality time. And then again, you're sitting down and you're remembering it. You're going to say to her when you sit down with her at night and everything's peaceful in the house, you're going to say, hey, what was it you're telling me about so-and-so this morning? Whatever. You're going to remember what's important to her, because what's really important to her is to know you are her friend. Okay, that you care about her and you're a friend. So when you are her friend, she's going to chatter to you like a friend, and you're going to be navigating, because men are so tunnel vision. Y'all see something. That's why y'all are hunters, created by God to be tunnel vision, to get something accomplished. And so when she's talking, you're always navigating through the minutia of the words to figure out what is she wanting in the end of this conversation. Sometimes she just wants you to say, I hear you saying, wow, this is what I hear you saying. This happened. Oh my gosh, that's terrible that happened to you. That's sometimes what she wants you to say. Sometimes if she's gossiping about her friend, God's a solution. They're going to say, well, you need to get rid of that friend. She doesn't want to get rid of the friend. She wants you to be her friend to talk about the other friend. So just say, well, that's crappy that she said that about you. Man, why'd she say that? She's usually pretty good to you. And then that's it. Don't give her a solution of what she should do with that friend. And when you can learn this skill, which takes some practice, you're going to settle your wife. If you settle your wife as the weaker vessel, remember, she's weak because of those emotions, then she's going to be the wind of affirmation and respect that you need. And then out of all that, she's going to desire you. Okay, she's going to think you're the man. She's going to want to have sex with you. It's not going to be a battle. And then you're going to feel fulfilled in the relationship. So she has felt that the way you treat her, she feels disrespected, like she feels stupid. Okay, she's feeling like a child to you if you have addressed her in a harsh manner, and she's eventually going to feel she's not loved by you and that you're selfish and all that. And that's just not a true statement. Sometimes it's the underdevelopment, arrested development of a woman that doesn't understand a man enough. But some of the reason she doesn't understand a man is because you haven't shared with her your feelings as a man. What does a man need? The other thing I want to talk about is the oxytocin. Oxytocin is a natural release of the very relaxed chemical. Okay, so it releases the feeling of being secure and safe and relaxed. Men get that through tunnel vision activities. So at work or on the golf course or in the lake fishing, that's all tunnel vision. So you are tunneled. Okay, so you're getting some kind of contentment through that and relaxation through that, even though it might be hectic. When you come home to your spouse, you need to relax from all the hecticness that you got in the day. And you need to go into another tunnel vision thing, which is watching a ball game or whatever, or looking at your phone, God forbid. And then she never gets any attention. Well, the only way a woman can get real fulfillment from oxytocin release is by connection with you. She can get a little bit from her friends or her family or her children, but not like connecting with you. So that's some of the reasons she says you're selfish, is because when you're getting tunnel vision over here, you're not taking her calls or you're dismissing her. Then when she tries to talk to you, you're trying to find a solution in order for you to get finished with the conversation so that you can get tunnel vision and focused on something else. She never gets any kind of oxytocin release. So that's why she says you're selfish, because you keep getting these oxytocin releases throughout the day. And then God forbid you have sex with her and you're tunnel vision on sex. And then she's left without any oxytocin, which means emotional connection with you to release oxytocin. So you've got to learn a woman in the way that she releases that. But I hope some of these tools help you in getting your relationship back on track. I am Suzette, the Marriage Warrior. If you need more information, you can go to marriagewarriorinstitute.com, or you can subscribe to the channel and get more video content.